I didn't know how to overcome that, and then I did. I didn't know how to heal from that, and then I did. Well, remind yourself. This is not your first rodeo. This is not your first hurdle. This is not your first miracle. And say, this is me. Miracles have been flowing through me my entire life. Focus on that. Give that some energy. Do that memory management. Every time you remember something, it happens again. If you remember one achievement, accomplishment, acquisition, one miracle, one thing to be grateful for, and remember it 100 times a day, it happened 100 times a day. Do you understand? Just by remembering it, you've doubled it, you've compounded the power of it. So obsess over the positives, the blessings, the things to be grateful for, the things you've achieved, accomplished, acquired, the hurdles you've overcome. Just keep on reminding yourself, I've done a lot of cool stuff. I've survived some cool stuff. By the grace of God, I've had an incredible life. And when you keep saying that, then it's normal, you expect it. Now the truth about emotions, okay, I'll do it. I'm making time management decisions on the fly here because I've really had. Did we use our time wisely though? Like, we'll be fine, right? We've had a miraculous weekend. Okay. So I'm going to give you a quick sprint into emotions. Oh, put up your hand if all of these flip chart papers are going to be yours. Who's going to own all of these? Who's going to own all of this? Who's winning? Who's doing the most posts? Oh, don't ask me. I ain't going to do it. You are. Okay, so I'm writing this for you, winner. So when it comes to emotions, I want you to remember that we have the 4 core. Some people say there's 5, and they're close to right. So there's the core 4, and here's what they are. Mad, sad, glad, and startled. Or afraid, but startled. Now, mad, sad, glad, and startled. These are the 4 core emotions. All emotions come out of these 4. It's like the bartender only has 5 bottles back there, but out of the 5 bottles behind the bar, they can make 100 different drinks. Put up your hand if you understand. By the mix and the match, the order, and is it shaken, is it stirred, is it with crushed ice, you get the idea. Okay. All emotions are combinations of these 4. Now, what I want you to know is 2 of them, please write this down. 2 of these emotions are inappropriate spiritually. 2 of them are only physiological survival instinct things, and that is mad and startled. These are inappropriate in the spirit world. These are only appropriate in the physiological world. These are, and you might recognize them, mad is fight. Startled is flight. Or freeze. Fight, flight, freeze. So startled is fear. You also write that word down. Up here, mad is also frustration. And these are appropriate emotions only in the instance of imminent physical threat. So write that down. The only appropriate time to have fear or anger is in the presence of imminent physical threat. Look around the room where you are. Just look around the room and tell me, put up your hand, if you can see in the room where you are, is there a grizzly bear with a machine gun? Let me know. Just look around just in case. Does anyone have a grizzly bear with a machine gun in the room where you're sitting? No? Then you have no excuse to be afraid or angry. You have no excuse. Fear and anger are only appropriate in the presence of imminent physical threat. Write that down. That's the only time we should ever feel anger or fear. They are only appropriate with imminent physical threat. Please write that down. How do you spell imminent? You know?
No, I only know how to talk.
He says with this thick Argentinian accent, no, I only know how to talk.
I only know how to
Talk. Imminent physical threat.
Imminent is right. You spell it right.
Did I?
Yeah.
My English is not very good looking. So, the only time that we can justify intellectually being afraid or angry is when we're experiencing an imminent physical threat. Otherwise, you should never be mad and you should never be afraid. It's a physiological survival instinct for our mammalian part, our physical body. It's only a physical body thing. They only exist for those reasons. Babies are only afraid of loud noises and falling. Why? Because those are both the only imminent physical threats they can comprehend. And so there's no justification for anger, there's no justification for fear. Well, this is pretty good news. Who's excited about that? You can now intellectually, with peace, you can now feel intelligent to stop being afraid and stop being angry. Is this good? Now some people say, oh, I'm not supposed to be afraid. What do you mean? I'm supposed to be stupid and walk down the street in the middle of the night naked? Like, where the heck did you get that idea? I didn't say lose your brain. I said don't be afraid. Wisdom does not require fear. Write that down, please. Wisdom does not require fear. Decisions do not require anger. Is this good? You can say, I love you, and you're out of my life. I'm totally not afraid, and I'm not walking down that alley. I don't fear anything. I'm not angry about anything. I can make decisions and be wise without anger or fear. They're not required. Who's loving this? So whenever you're looking at a dream, an ideal, a hope, a prayer, a desire, a miracle, a world-changing thing, just know that there's no reason for anger, there's no reason for judgment, there's no reason for fear. Just frickin' go through the process and have fun. Now, what is valid and urgent and healthy is sad and glad. So what is healthy is to be in a positive vibe, and then when something is sad, be sad, and that's your toxicity removal machine. When someone you love passes away, sad is appropriate. Put up your hand if you would agree with me. I love spending time with that person. They're no longer in my life. That makes me sad. Then we allow the sadness, and then we transition to say, that's sad that I don't have them now. What I am going to do is remember how glad I am that I had them for the time I had them. Right? So it's sad they're not here anymore, and I'm so glad that I had them. And that's it. I'm sad that they don't like me, and I'm glad that they're free of me then, or I'm free of them. Like, I'm sad I didn't get the deal, and I'm glad that God knows what's best for me. Sad and glad, sad and glad, sad and glad. This is our happy homes. And so attach positive emotions to your dreams, your hopes, and your desires with no fear, no frustration. And when they don't come along, you say, oh, I was thinking it was going that way. Oh, well, I'm glad that God is guiding me. God's delays are not God's denials. Life's rejections are God's protections. It's all good. And if you ever wonder about the truth of God's life's rejections or God's protections, just go to a class reunion and see the people who didn't date you. You're like, woo, thank you, dodged a bullet. I know that's mean, but it's funny. Apparently not funny to you, but it was funny to me. Okay, you got it? Those are the four core. And so there's no reason to have the negative emotions of anger or fear. The only quote-unquote negative emotion, which isn't negative, it's very healthy and very important, is sadness. We do not have a fake positive community. We are appropriately sad. We will cheer for you and we will cry with you. Who wants that kind of a community? We will love on you, we will cheer for you, and we will cry with you. Because we genuinely love, and those two emotions are part of that equation. Now, we told you about having a clear, compelling vision that you believe and feel free to pursue, and I'm moving on, and we're going to now start chapter 8. This is so easy. Metaphysical mastery. So metaphysical mastery is understanding the laws of the universe. So write that down. Understanding the laws of the universe. Now, I want you to know that there is this highly popularized, well, remember The Secret? The Secret, the movie and the book? They were based on something called the law of attraction. Put up your hand if you're familiar with that. What is the basic tenet of the law of attraction? Type it into the chat. If you think you can explain the law of attraction in one sentence, try and put it in the chat. See what you've got. What is the law of attraction, or how does it work? Put it into the chat. What does that mean? The law of attraction. All right. Oh, I can't see it because your laptop is not showing me the chat. So I'm sitting here saying no one's responding, but the chat isn't scrolling.
I was asking, sorry. I wasn't.
He does this to me on purpose. Vibration, yeah. Thoughts are things. Vibration to other. What you think about most, you attract, yeah. Visualize, yeah. Receive what you give. Beautiful. You attract not just what you think, but who you are. Okay, good one. So the law of attraction is we attract that which is in resonance with our vibration. So if you wanted to meet a really happy person and you're really unhappy, they might not be attracted to you. Put up your hand if you understand that. So a really happy person might not be attracted to a really miserable person. So this isn't shocking. If you want to move across the room without spilling, you don't want to be overly aggressive or overly nervous. You want to be appropriately in the middle. Everyone follow that? So if I'm calm and paying attention, I'll probably get across the room. If I'm panicking like this, how many people know that when you over-concentrate, you actually create stress and cause the accident you're trying to avoid? Right? So you actually can cause it with your fear because you're actually obsessing over the breaking or the spilling rather than just safely getting across. Most people, when they set a goal, they do not focus on the goal, they focus on the gap. Write that down. So the reason why the law of attraction doesn't work for people is because they're not actually doing it right. What they're doing is they become obsessed over a thing, they become emotionally attached to the thing, and then what they do is they only see the gap between where they are and where they're going. They let the ego turn this into poison instead of a precious miracle. So don't focus on the gap, focus on the gratitude. Write that down. Don't focus on the gap, focus on the gratitude. And that's what the law of attraction promises us. So, I just want you to know that there's 12 spiritual laws of the universe in that list. There is a master list that's a part of. And I want you to know that all 12 are represented throughout your spiritual intelligence multiple times in multiple ways. So you don't have to memorize that list. You've got a complete functional philosophy that has woven it in seamlessly and invisibly. You just walk through what we've been doing this weekend, and all of a sudden you have mastered all the 12 laws without memorizing them or reciting them. You're just living them. Is that good, everyone? So that's the way it works. Now, they're called the laws of the universe, so we're going to talk about laws. First, I want you to know that we have the laws written on the scrolls of our heart. Write that down. Scrolls of our heart, like a scroll. So the truths of the universe are written on the scrolls of our heart, which means we know the truth. We know what's right and wrong. We know how to align with Source. It is our natural state. It is the unnatural, the unholy, the unloving, the fear-filled and frustrated ideas that get in the way. But the truth is already in there. So we are removing the lies and let the truth be free. Right? We're just allowing the truth to fly. Now, the conscience and the moral code just simply means that we know what's right and we know what's wrong. And this is the birthplace of laws, if you will. If you look at all the laws of all the lands, of all of the history, all of the nations, they have some of the same basic stuff. Don't steal stuff, don't kill people. right? Don't steal stuff, don't kill people. It's still too confusing for some people apparently. But we all know you're not supposed to steal stuff, you're not supposed to kill people. Who's with me on that? Don't steal stuff, don't kill people. Are we all right? If you disagree, we'll have a one-on-one session later. Like, just stop killing people and stealing stuff. So then, that's just, we know better. Who would say you love the purity and the naivety of a child? You love the purity and the naivety of a child? You know, if you take a teddy bear, who's ever seen this? If someone takes a teddy bear and punches it, a child will cry. A teddy bear, not a bear, not a dog, but a stuffed animal, a thing that's an inanimate object. Put up your hand if you know what I'm saying. It's in the form of something lovable, and they can't stand anything or anyone being hurt. They hate cruelty, they hate violence, they love love. And so, they know what's right. You got it? And so do you. So we already have this conscience and this moral code. Now, what happens is you can sear your heart. The ego can sear your heart until you become comfortable with that which you are naturally uncomfortable. Lying, cheating, stealing, being mean, whatever. But you know what's right, that's the way we're born, and the good news is you can get your sensitivity back. So, good news? So we know what's right, it's already written in. Next, we have this thing called the laws of the land, and I want you to write this down, reciprocity. Laws of the land are a human idea, same as the sacrificial systems. The laws of the land say this: if you do something wrong, we're going to punish you. If you speed in the school zone, we're going to put you in jail. Now, what is wrong about that, and the Tao Te Ching is very clear: remove all laws and people will start behaving. Because if a person is not speeding in the school zone because they don't want a ticket, you haven't made them loving people, you've just made their ego serve you for a moment. You follow that? They're not watching for kids, they're watching for cops. Instead of keeping the selfish motivation of speed because you don't care, or slow down because you care about yourself, how about slowing down because you don't want to kill a kid? And so we cover over the natural with an unnatural law. So the laws of the land, crime and punishment, are unnatural, and it was a human idea. It's not a spiritual idea. And sometimes that gets into spirituality, and people think divine is trying to punish us or get us or hurt us. And that's where we get ourselves into some spiritual confusion. Now there's natural laws. Natural laws are things like the law of gravity, right? You're not going to break the law of gravity. If you jump off the building, you'll only confirm the law of gravity. You don't break the law might break you. Right? So that's natural consequences, not punishment. Write that down. Natural consequences, not punishment. Now when it comes to spiritual laws, there's really one law. Write it down. Love. That's it. The answer is love. What's the question? The answer is love. What's the question? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this home with the big three. So it's one law that rules all. Laws of the land are fine. We invented them based on conscience, and we just figured if we punish people for being unnatural, they'll be more natural. But it's created a different level of selfishness, it seems. And then we understand from the natural laws that the natural laws don't punish you, and you can't break them, you can only validate them, and you might hurt yourself on them, but they just are. It's not personal. And that is more of a whisper into the spiritual laws. The more we're aligned with love, the easier the flow goes. So write that down. The more I'm in alignment with love, the easier my flow goes. It's not about punishment, it's not about divine is mad at you. It's get in the flow of love, and everything is easy and natural. And I'm going to hit you a little bit hard here with something, and this is the only time I get really like judgmental, and it's not judgmental in a bad way. I think you're going to appreciate this. So here it is. It's throughout many wisdom literatures, but one of the places very evident is in the Jewish wisdom literature, and it says, what you want to do is love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your strength, and with all your mind. And so that's called connection to source. Connect to source, that's law number one. Just connect to divine. And we've been doing that all weekend, yes? Are you okay? Give me signs of life. I need to know you're still with me because I got a lot to cover. I want you to have it all. So, law number one, connect to source. If all you do is that, life is going to get beautiful. Period. Just connect and stay connected. That's it. That's number one. The natural outflowing of this is that you love all living things. You have a loving connection to all living things. So love vertically, love horizontally. And I want you to know, the second one naturally happens, and here's why. When you are filled with the love, remember we did the quantum breath? The quantum breath has so much deep truth in it, this simple little thing. First, I am present, which means I am now. I connect to source now and Zen, and I've just taken a deep breath. You see how we've already started the miracles. I am present. That's how we connect. That's how miracles begin. So, I am present. Then we say, I am centered. What we're saying there is I'm not a step ahead or behind divine will. I'm not to the left, I'm not to the right. I'm dead center, everything is perfect, everything is improving. I am living and loving my perfect dream life now. I'm living on purpose and I am on schedule. I am centered. You see how deep that is now? There's a lot to that. So I am present, I am centered. Next, I'm open to love. And we obey the first law. Then we say, I become love. When I say I become love, what I'm saying is I am abundant. When I say I am abundant, that says I am Zoe. When I am Zoe, I am overflowing. Now that I am overflowing, I am abundant. The moment I feel abundant, all I can start thinking about is blessing the world around me. My selfishness is gone. The moment you feel abundance, write this down, abundance always activates altruism. When I feel abundant, I can't help myself. Give a child 3 popsicles and leave other kids in the room, they're going to share. Not after the ego kicks in, but the purity of a child before the muck, they share. Put up your hand if you know what I'm talking about. Kids share. You give your child a toy, they give it to the sad kid on the other side of the room. Who's seen this? You give your child something beautiful, and they find a child in need, and they give it to the other child, and you're like, oh my goodness, why can't we be like that child? They get it. Well, we get it too. The same wiring is in us. It's just got some dirt on it. We're cleaning it away. So I'm going to go through it again. I am present. That's connection. I am centered. Everything's perfect, and everything is improving. I am open to love. I become love. Now I'm abundant. Once I'm abundant, all I can think about is I share love. And when I see that my life has meaning and the world's a better place because I'm in it, I am a flow through, I am living on purpose, and I am on schedule, and people breathe better because I exist. Thank you. Is this beautiful? All of that in your micro meditation, which is done in less than 20 seconds. Who's excited about the depth of these simple things? They're just tips of icebergs. And in that one thing, we've mastered the Trinity of love. So we love vertically. We're grateful. We connect to source, now and Zen. Second, we have loving connection to all living things. Now, how did the command go? Love others, what? Type it in. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your strength, with all your mind, and love others as you love yourself. Please take this. This is my only challenge to you where I'm getting in your face. And here's how I'm getting in your face. It does not say love others instead of yourself. Can you accept this message? This is my only point my finger in your face. I'm pointing my finger in your face and I'm saying, love yourself. Can you receive this message? Stop failing to have boundaries. Stop robbing yourself of the rest that you need. Stop robbing yourself of your personal prioritization of wellness. Stop robbing yourself of good stewardship to put some money aside so you can handle anything that comes your way. Stop robbing yourself of wealth that naturally flows to you. Stop robbing yourself because no one will treat you better than you treat yourself. You say, oh, I give, and no one gives back. That's because they're treating you the way you treat you. Who's willing to take this tough love from me? I'm begging you to love yourself. Divine is begging you to stop being a self-made martyr, a self-made victim. Divine is abundant and more than able and willing to bless you with the greatest life you can imagine. Your ego has not been your amigo. Allow yourself to be blessed. Allow yourself to be honored. Allow yourself to be happy and healthy. Go frickin' sing karaoke. Eat some candy sometimes. Dance like a fool. Ask him out. Do the frickin' things you want to do. Get the car that you don't need. Why? I'm not talking about being irresponsible. I'm saying I matter too. Can I get an amen on this? Please type into the chat, I matter too. Please. Yes, we want to be selfless. Yes, we want to be kind. Yes, we want to be spiritual. But for crying out loud, it's written in the big 3 commandments, as you love yourself. This is not selfish. This is obedience. Can I get some amens here? If you don't love yourself, you're not going to have the abundance to give. If you're running on empty, who can you help? Who's ready to say, I'm gonna make sure I'm abundant. I'm gonna make redonkulous amounts of money. I am gonna allow myself to enjoy some wellness and some comfort. I am gonna go on some beautiful retreats. I'm gonna go on family vacations. I'm gonna have some nice stuff. I'm done with playing small. I'm gonna serve greatly, deserve greatly. I'm gonna allow the flow. I'm gonna take better care of myself. Can I get an amen? No one's going to force you. Do you understand? This is up to you to decide. Whose responsibility is this? This is your responsibility. No one can and will fix this but you. And this is the fail point for most everyone I talk to. Love vertically, love horizontally, as you love yourself, not instead of. You need a vacation, take a vacation. You need to go to bed and get a rest, get a rest. You need everyone to leave you alone until you've gone for a walk, do it. Say it again. I matter too. When people come to you with needs, I need this, I need that. Say, I respect your need and I appreciate that you want me to help you. And I'm honored that you're looking to me. Here's my reality. I need to go to bed. It's time for me to go for a walk. And I have enough faith in God and you that you're going to survive until I'm okay and I can come back. You don't need me. I don't need you. I love you. And I love me. And I'm going to show you what me loving me looks like right now. Am I preaching? Can you handle it? I'm not trying to be cruel. I'm telling you to stop being a self-made victim. Have a freaking awesome life. Have a life that everyone else wants. Is that okay? Just out of curiosity, who would like to have my life? Who would like to have my life? Go where I want, when I want, with whom I want, as much as I want. Like, I walk 10 to 20 kilometers a day, and I walk by these fancy cars. And I remind myself, if I wanted to, I could just buy one. But I don't need one. I'm walking. Who wants to be able to say, I can, like, and then, like I was saying this to someone, the more powerful you get, the more you've got to have self-control. Like, how would you like to be in a restaurant and someone's rude to you, and you know you could pick up your phone, buy the restaurant, and fire them? Who would like to have that kind of power and enough self-respect not to behave that way? Who wants to be powerful and be safe with that power? Well, you've got to start taking better care of yourself, amen? I'm not talking about selfish. I'm talking about self-love. There's a big difference. And I'm not talking about giving in to myself. I love myself. Now all I do is I eat cream cakes. No, that is not self-love. That's self-destruction. Honor yourself enough for self-discipline and self-control. I'm going to get my body to that gym. I'm going to be sexier than I've ever been. That's self-love. Who's willing to accept this? Self-discipline is self-love. So make yourself the person you know that you can and should be. Say, I'm not done with me until I'm a world-changing billionaire. Can I get an amen? Self-help. You haven't seen self-help. Watch the machine I'm about to build. My mind, my body, my business, my disciplines, my relationships. No one's going to get near me who isn't the most godly, gorgeous, magnificent soul. There's no room in my sphere for angry and bitter. And from this place of power, I reach out to those in need because now I have power to do so. Can I get an amen? But I protect my inner sanctum, my inner circle. Protect proximity. Protect proximity. Protect your wellness. Woo! I let myself off the chain a bit there. Everyone okay with me? You still love me? I love you. But no more of this, oh, I'm going to do it because they need me. Nobody needs you. The universe was fine. It's going to be fine. Unless you have dependents. You're taking care of some child or you get the idea? Yes. But grown-ups that don't have actual extreme disabilities, believe in them. Stop saving them. Maybe they need you to stop saving them because that'll be evidence that you believe in them. And when you believe in them, by abandoning them, they'll figure out they don't need because they can take care of themselves. Who's hearing some of these messages? Treat yourself and everyone else like a grown-up. Was I too harsh? Is that okay? Love on yourself. I'm begging you.
Tough love.
Tough love. I'll give you the verse there's a Bible verse that basically summarizes almost all of this. It's Romans 12, 1 and 2. It says, I beseech you, which is what I just did. I'm begging you, I'm pleading with you. It says, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, my family, my friends, my buds. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, to present your bodies a living sacrifice. What is he saying? Give your life to divine love. Hand your life over to a greater ideal. Everything we've been saying, yes? You want to follow that? Give yourself over to the kingdom of love. It says, I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, to present your bodies a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable unto God, right? So be the best version of yourself, which is reasonable, he says. And then he says, be no longer conformed to the patterns of this world, the egoic mindset. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind, so you think the highest and the best. All of your thoughts, words, and deeds, all of your goals, all of your dreams. You love what divine loves, you hate what divine hates. You are dialed in with divine dreams. Who's getting excited about that? Everything you want, divine already wants. You're dialing in to the higher calling. And then it says, if you will do this, you will know and prove divine will, God's good, pleasing, and perfect will for your life. And what do I call that? Your dream life. I call it your dream life. Seek first the kingdom of love and his right relationship. The kingdom of love and right relationship, and all these things will be added onto you. But you have to allow it. You have to choose it. This is a free will universe. You have to choose your best life. Wow, we've really been fine that time. Good and good? Who's excited? Okay. I ask you to please type into the chat, I commit. And what that, if you type I commit, you're saying I commit to self-love. Just type I commit. And that'll tell me you got it, you've got my message, you took this on, and you understand that self-love is not selfish. Self-love is not selfish. And treat yourself. Understand that you're still a child. Do you understand every man is just a little boy? Maybe that's more evident. But every woman is a little girl. Right? Everyone is still a child. which means we love cute, frilly things or fun, silly things. You understand? Honor your inner child. Who wants some pretty jewelry? Who wants some pretty jewelry? This is Lora Sofia. How much are these? $40, something like that? Dulce hermosa. ¿Cuánto es? Where are you? I lost you on the screen. Yeah, $40. $40 to have all of your chakras represented that guide you through your pure meditation process. You've got cool stuff like this. Like, this is not millions of dollars. This is a couple of bucks and be happy. You know what I do to really blow myself? I don't buy myself cars or boats or anything. You know what I buy myself? A new shirt. Who likes my shirts? You know what James does to reward himself? He buys himself a new shirt. There might be a new shirt in my closet tomorrow. Why? Because I feel like I did a good job. I worked really hard. Who's okay with me buying myself a new shirt? Big freaking deal. And I don't buy $200 shirts, and if I do, I buy them at a discount shop for $30. I'm cheap, I'm Scottish. I like quality, I just don't like paying for it. Who's with me on that? Bargain hunting people. I shopped for one pair of shoes for 3 years until I found them. $250 shoes, I bought them for $50. Took me 3 years, I got my flipping shoes. Could I have paid the money? Yeah, but I'm Scottish.
She was under the
Oh, he had you blocked, Laura Sophia. That's why he had you in front of the chat box in front of you. Okay, so like he had you, like it's his fault. No, I'm not being a baby here. I was being playful. So back to this. So now we are committed that we are going to love ourselves. Yes. Just go ahead and say it. I love me. I'm happy to make me happy. I love myself enough to discipline myself. I love myself enough to make myself the best me so I can enjoy my best life. Can I get some amens here? I matter enough. Next time someone wants to bless me, I'm going to receive it. You know that, oh no, don't pay me. Oh no, stop that crap. Pay me. Give me some money. Like, if someone owes you money, take the money. Why? Because they want to. Stop treating them like they're a child. Treat them like an adult and allow them to give you reciprocity. Can I get an amen? Let people pay you. All right. Woo! All right. I know. Okay, coach. Who wants to be a coach? Who wants to be a certified DreamLife coach? There's only, there's how many? There's like 20 coaches certified by me that are DreamLife coaches. How would you like to be a certified coach to represent all of my work? And to be able to coach anyone, anywhere, anytime on anything. Who would like to be a certified coach? Yes. If you want to know your income, the minimum you're allowed to charge is $200 an hour American, and you can do this online, globally, with as many hours as you want. Who would like to make $200 an hour? That would be good. And I remember when Augustine, when we talked about that, Augustine said, well, people in Argentina might not have that money. I said, where are you now? He says, Mexico. Okay? I said, are there other people in the world that might be able to pay that? He's like, yeah. I said, are you okay with that? He's like, yeah. And then last night when we were walking, he's telling me, I'm a sales machine. Everyone who I talk to buys. Who wants that? Come here. Look him in the eye and tell him it's true. When he heard $200 an hour, he's like, no. Is it true? Are you a closer?
Yes, it's true.
Be careful. You talk to him, you're going to buy something. The kid's a monster. And he's loving and kind and gentle, and he does it in service, and he should be paid 10 times more, but he's happy just making a fortune right now, having everyone say yes to him. Who wants to enjoy this? Look at this smile.
Yeah, you sell from the heart.
You sell from the heart.
It's heart. Thank you.
Give it up for Augustine. Yeah, he's walking. He's sort of telling me. He says, "Yeah, I just walk through the process lovingly with people, and they all say yes." I'm like, "Of course, they all say yes."
And I was afraid of selling.
Yeah, Augustine, when he heard this, he was afraid of selling. He just said, "How long ago was that?"
4 months.
4 months ago, when I told him he could make $200 an hour, He was absolutely petrified of the idea of selling. Last night he was smiling and laughing at how easy it is, and 100% of the people say yes now.
2 months.
2 months ago. Who wants that kind of rapid transformation? 2 months. Now the average coach out there makes 30 grand. Now when I say 30 grand, the more truth is the vast majority of coaches make nothing. Put up your hand if you know what I'm talking. Most people say, I'm a coach. Oh, you're unemployed, are you? They say they're a coach, but they're not, they don't even know what coaching is. And almost no one who is a certified coach knows what coaching is. I'm telling you, it's a messed up world. So when you get training by me, you get the best coach training on earth, bar none. You get advanced verbal Aikido communication skills, which makes you a master closer, life transformer, and you understand how to support other people in transforming their own lives. Put up your hand if you're interested in this. This is how I ended up doing coaching for UFC fighters. I've coached professional race car drivers. I've coached politicians, but I quit because, anyway, sorry politicians if you're in the room. I can coach anyone, anywhere, anytime because I understand what's called pure coaching, and I want to certify you. You ready? Who's ready to become a certified coach making a minimum of $200 an hour? Hey, who here would like me to give you limitless leads? Would anybody interested in that? More than you can handle. Now, the only difference is this. If I give you the leads, you only make $100 an hour. I keep the rest because I'm doing all the sales for you. Not all the sales, but I do the lead gen. Put up your hand if you understand that. It's $100 an hour. It gets better than that. I'll explain it. Or you go out there and you can charge $500 an hour. I started at $500. I was charging $500 an hour when I had no idea what coaching was. I had no idea what I was doing, but everyone's life was getting changed, and I figured it out, and then I cracked the code and all that. But I started at $500 an hour in 22 years ago. I was charging $500 an hour. Put up your hand if you like these kinds of numbers. How did I become the highest paid person in working for the world's most powerful banks? I asked for it, and then I deserved it. So be that good, charge it. Love yourself. Anyone remember that message? It wasn't that long ago. Who here should charge more? Who here should be making more? Okay, let's go. All right, so that's the minimum. And then you make as much as you want. So I'm going to train you up as a coach. For those of you who are serious, let's get going. You're going to just apply. That's all you can do. You can't purchase this. We have to have a conversation. I have to approve you. You have to, it has to be a right fit. So, coach. So it includes an online pre-training and support. So your training starts immediately. You start going online. We have an online course. You don't get certified online. You only get certified when I train and mentor you and coach you and watch you. Would you like that? One-on-one, personal coach mastery training. I don't certify people remotely. I'm going to watch you in a series of challenging situations. So I'm gifting you this online pre-training, so you're all set up. Also some online courses, which are pre-suggestions but not requirements. You'll get to them eventually, and I include all of that. The DreamLife Retreat, I'm gifting you the DreamLife Retreat. Who would like to come to the DreamLife Retreat for free? Like it's included, you're paying me something, but I'm gifting you the retreat. $5,000 retreat, it's on me. How about this? I'm going to gift you the advanced retreat. Who's excited about that? That's $10,000 in gifts. Anyone excited about that? $10,000 in retreats, I'm gifting you. All right. So you're getting both, and the advanced retreat is like supernatural. It's like nothing you've ever imagined. Then you get my DreamLife Coach certification training. And it's a 5-day intensive. Now, who here has figured out that I'm very strategic and everything leads to everything? Put up your hand if you've noticed. I taught you the quantum breath and you just found out it goes 100 times deeper than you thought. Everything I do has depth and plan. So when I'm walking you through the retreat, you're learning how to be a coach. When you go to the advanced retreat, you're learning how to be a coach. So then when I do the next 5 days, you're already mostly there and you didn't even know it because I've embedded the principles that make you the world's greatest coach. Is this cool? And all you do at the retreat is be at the retreat. You don't have to learn how to be a coach. Be at the retreat. Let it impact you. I've taken care of the choreography behind it all. So DreamLife Coach Certification Training includes the online pre-training, the retreat, the advanced retreat, the in-person training with me, 6 months coach mentoring and certification. For 6 months, you have to get into your coaching hours. Myself and Olga will be meeting with you every single month, as well as having a group meeting with your fellow coach certification trainees. That alone is an additional $4,000, and I'm not charging you extra for any of those things. You get a private DreamLife Coach community, and I'm not charging you anything for that. You get double designation. This is a DreamLife Coach and a Pure Coach. You get 2 coaching certifications from me in one. You come to one training, and you get both. At this moment, who in your heart is feeling like this feels like a good idea?
Type coach.
Yeah, type coach, if this feels good to you. If you're like, I would love to have your coach training, James. I would love you to certify me, train me, and be one of 20 to 30 people on earth, the only ones on earth who can provide coaching on pure spiritual intelligence. That makes you a very precious person, and the prices are going to skyrocket. All right, so you're going to get paid well. All right, so what you do is you simply go to go.jamesmacneil.com/DCC, which is DreamLife Coach Certification. Everyone who's already, can we just pause for a moment? Can you give a hand to everyone here who's already applied for the Guru Conversations? My calendar was starting to pack up pretty fast during that break. We have some spaces left this week, and some will be bumped to the following week. Now, if you have, everyone hear me? Everyone paying attention? Can I see your eyes? Give me a sign of life. You're with me? Now, if you have applied for the Guru Leadership Mentorship, if you've already done the application, you don't have to give me a second application. We're already going to be meeting. You can tell me what you want to talk about. Everyone okay? So if you've applied for one, we're going to have the conversation. Don't sweat it. Okay, good. But if you have not applied for that, get your application in. Now here's the price, and if there's no way you can afford it, don't worry about it. It's not for you. We'll talk another time. Just keep doing what you're doing. You're going to have more than enough money to do this soon if you just keep following what I've been giving you. So those are the prices as far as the DreamLife Coach Certification, if it was broken down separately. Now I'm also, what did I do? I did that, didn't I? Oh my goodness. I forgot that I recently changed the offer to include the entire Guru Leader Mentorship. Who likes that? The entire Guru Leader Mentorship, that $10,000 thing. And if you're wondering what that's worth, just so you know, my peers, my competitors, if you will, charge up to 10 times as much. I only charge $10,000 for my Guru Leader Mentorship. They'll charge $100,000, some 40 or 50. And they'll allow 1,000 people in, and they'll never talk to those people. Put up your hand if you know that there's some giant programs out there that charge a lot of money, and you never meet the actual guru. With me, it's me. Do you think that matters? I protect my proximity, and I'm opening the gate to you. You follow what I'm saying? This is no small matter. I protect my proximity, and I'm opening the door for you. I'm including the Guru Leader Mentorship. That's a $10,000 gift on top of everything else. So this is a $40,000 package, and today it's $19,997. And there's payment plans. But if there's no way you can afford that right now, don't sweat it. Just keep doing everything else we've been talking about. You'll have more than enough money, and you talk to me next time. At the moment, the benefits for those of you who can find a way is I'm the one leading the retreats right now. If you want to be trained by me, if you want the retreats to be with me, everything's with me alone right now. We're currently training up facilitators. We're currently training up people to do all this training for me. But right now, if you can do this, you're working with me personally. Is this interesting to you? So if you have not put in the if you did not put in the Guru Leader Mentorship application, if you did not, and if you want this, complete this application like immediately. We're going to take a short break and we're going to come back. But go.jamesmacneil.com/DCC, which is DreamLife Coach Certification. Now, I mentioned to you that you can coach for me at $100 an hour. Is this interesting too? This is also a new addition. So what we're doing is, with the 12-month Miracle Challenge, everyone in the 12-month Miracle Challenge is gifted one free coaching session with our coaches. If you're here right now, whether you're interested or able, whatever in this, I want you to type in me if you would like a free coaching session with one of our coaches. Who here would like a free coaching session with one of our coaches valued at $250 because they're a certified coach under my tutelage. And that's the lowest I would charge. I'll probably be jacking that up. It's a $250 value. Type me if you want a free coaching session with one of my coaches. Are we exploding? Well, we don't even have 100 people here this weekend. This is like our lowest weekend, and I'll explain why. Real Success Summit, some changes happening. So this is a really small group, and virtually everyone just said yes to that. Put up your hand if you follow what just happened. Everyone wants the free coaching sessions. Now, when we have 1,000 people here, which will happen in a couple of months, when we have 10,000 people here, when I've got the big Tony Robbins screen, are you guys looking forward to that? When I've got a whole crew and I've got these giant wall screens and everything's going to be more fun, thousands of people will want free coaching with you, and that's your introductory session. Put up your hand if you understand what I'm saying. You bless their socks off, you blow the world away with your beautiful, loving, powerful coaching, and then they're going to say, I would like to sign up for more coaching. A lot of people will do that. When they do, they sign an agreement with me, they pay me, I pay you $100 an hour. Put up your hand if you follow what I just said. After the first year, they're your client. You charge them whatever you two agree with, and you keep all of the money. Who likes that? And during the year, while you're taking blessed care of them, and they love it, when they give you referrals, that's none of my business. You sell their friends directly, you keep all of that money. Who's excited about me generating enough leads to blow your business out of the water? This is so easy. No one is doing anything like this. I'm giving you absolutely all of this for 20 grand, and you know at $100 an hour how long it's going to take to pay that off, and I'm providing the leads. And of course, you can charge 10 times that. All right, so do that. We're going to take a short break. If you've already applied for the Guru Leader Mentor, we're going to talk. You can talk about this. If you have not applied and you're interested, apply now. go.jamesmacneil.com/DCC. And by the way, everyone who said me, we're going to organize your meeting with a DreamLife coach. You're going to meet one of our DreamLife coaches, have a free session, see how much you love it. Are you liking this? And you will see, I did coaching sessions, I did this tour once, and the organizer said, I can't believe what you can do as a coach. He says, what do you think you can do with 15 minutes with people? I'm like, I don't know. He says, okay, he says, I want to give people free 15-minute coaching sessions with you while you're not on stage. I said, all right. So he gets up there, he says, free coaching sessions. Everyone signs this list. I just sat there. 15 minutes, boom, 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 boom. At the end of the weekend, people got up and were bawling their eyes out on stage, telling them how their entire lives were transformed in those 15-minute sessions. Who wants to have that kind of power? So you are such a world changer with these skills, and I want you to have it. So do that. We're going to come back in 10. You okay? And we only have like 12 chapters to go. We're fine. We're fine. Okay. 10 minutes, complete the application if you already have it. Love, joy, peace. God bless you. I'll see you in a few minutes. Mwah.